Do you know how many efforts and what a long time for a country it makes to create a brain surgeon, a neurosurgeon? There are two answers to that, a short one and a long one. And I'll start with a long one. Well, a person graduates high school, he or she enters a medical school. That is possible in Russia right after high school. And then I think it's 6 years in med school. After a person graduates, it's 1 or 2 years in internship. Then a person gets a license, gets the board exam, and young doctor is born. And the young doctor needs to do quite a few surgeries of general kind and then start specializing in brain surgeries. That's a specialization. That's a very, very high level of surgery. And then a young doctor enters a medical surgical ward, and the young doctor is not let to lead the surgeries. The young doctor learns a lot from older doctors, more experienced, mature. And it takes quite a few years and quite a few surgeries, hundreds, perhaps thousands of surgeries. And then only then the doctor, the neurosurgeon, the brain surgeon, a real one, is born. I think it's more than a decade. So it's safe to say that only with all the steps taken, a person reaches to his, over his or her 30s, then the person becomes the brain surgeon, the real one. Well, that was the long answer. The short answer is many efforts and huge amount of efforts in a very long time. Now, do you know how long it takes for a country to cancel, to lose a good brain surgeon, a neurosurgeon? Well, the short and long answer is they are about the same. One day, if mobilization in Russia is announced. Howdy, everyone. My name is Konstantin, streaming live at Inside Russia, telling you the updates, news, recent developments, my opinions of things that are happening in Mother Russia. Do I have a message for you today? Wow. Very personal one. It's a mix, a fusion of a personal story and the situation that is happening in Russia. Okay, this story is absolutely fascinating. Without further ado, it's a long story, so I'll jump right into it. I will start with a story of mine. Before I jump to both stories, I would like to tell that I'm going to be talking about a neurosurgeon that escaped Russia, and he's deciding his fate, his profession, his future plans in medical field. And I made a community post asking a neurosurgeon needs help. No money. I'm not asking for help. He does not need money. Well, needs money, but it's not. No. It's a different kind of help. And watch until the end of the stream. I'll let you know. This person does need help, but not monetary. Anyway, I'll start with introduction. This is story of Konstantin. Well, more precise, the story of Konstantin's Breakfast Club. Some of you, quite a few of you know that I've said it many times that I run a Breakfast Club. It's a social gathering of Russians who have fled, who have left Russia, escaped mobilization, and who don't want to give up arms and go kill Ukrainians. I know the feeling very well. I am one. So I escaped Russia on the 27th of September, and for the few days after, I felt absolutely devastated, emotionally destroyed. I don't wish on anyone to go through the stuff that I went through. And for a few days, I was just walking around Tashkent days long, kind of trying to relax. And I started going for breakfasts. Saw a nice place, and I started inviting people to join me because of two things. At first, I felt miserable, and I needed someone to actually sit right next to me and talk to me, okay? And I needed help, I needed company, and I wanted to help someone because I thought I was seeing around me, Russians were feeling miserable, tons of them, okay? So I started going public, different Telegram channels, inviting Russians over for breakfast. I've been telling people, hey, if you can't afford breakfast, I'll pay for you. I'll give you coffee, a porridge, whatever you want. And if you can afford, you'll pay for yourself, So for the first 5 days, I ate breakfast by myself. Then one person showed up, another person, 2 people, 3, and right now, 6 weeks later, every day, every morning, we never miss a day. Around usually 7, 8, sometimes 9 people show up. And I've seen quite a few people, 30 plus, are in the community that we call Russian Breakfast Club. Quite a few interesting people showed up, and I've met. And I've made good networking, good connections, and I just saw interesting people. I met decent folks in the same situation as I am, morally just, destroyed. I think it's safe to say. Anyway, we've been helping one another. Some people got support, some people got advice. We just go and chit chat, and the best part of my day. First is breakfast, second is stream, and everything is in between. Okay, so Breakfast Club every morning. Sunday, this morning, I show up. There's a fella who had contacted me before asking, can I join you? I never say no. I mean, hey, this is just breakfast. Of course. So he shows up. His name is Ivan. Of course, his name is not Ivan. That's a made-up name. I'm not gonna reveal his identity, but I'm gonna call him Ivan. Nice guy. He shows up early. I'm the second one, and then the usual suspects of the English Breakfast Club, Russian Breakfast Club show up. Slava of Russian Plus, he's a regular. Couple more people, So we had, I think, 9 people today. So we start by new people introducing themselves. And this person, Ivan, he jumps into introduction, and then he starts, he means business. He asks us, said, I need help. I need to become software tester fast. What should I do? You must know. And he looks at me and he looks at everyone. Well, I'm not a software tester. I'm not IT guy, but I have a solution just about for anyone, because I know a good senior developer. He's a member of Russian Breakfast Club, and he's sitting right next to me, right? So I point this guy and the developer. They have a nice conversation for about 5 minutes. He answers questions, and at the end, so you understand, the software tester is the lowest IT position you can get into. It's the cheapest ticket to get into the IT industry. Anyone can do that. I personally can do that in 3 months. I can become a tester. Probably make some decent money, but it's just not my thing, But this guy was really determined. And then the developer asks him at the end, said, why do you want to become a tester? Said, well, I want to get into the United States or Canada. Okay. He says, well, I have bad news for you. If you're a tester, they don't have programs for testers. They have programs for developers, but not for testers, because tester is not such a, tremendously sophisticated job that requires skills. And the guy is disappointed. He goes, well, I got another way, because I need to get to the United States or Canada. And then this is where I come in. I ask him, well, why? What's your desire? He looks at me, he goes, well, I just need to get there. I said, okay, whatever. Like, what do you do for a living besides just generally in Russia? What did you do for a living? And he comes back, he goes, I'm a surgeon. Wow, surgeon. Okay. What's your specialty? Like, in Russia we call it specialization. What kind of surgeon are you? He goes, I'm a neurosurgeon, the brain surgeon. And everyone was like, wow, brain surgeon. I personally have not seen one brain surgeon before in my life. And this is a guy sitting there in front of us telling us stories, right? My next question, and I think I think your question right now is, we kind of sat there for a few seconds, and I asked him, why in the world you, the brain surgeon, want to become a software tester? You want to get absolutely new profession that is so underneath you, And I said, did you mess up? Did you make a mistake in Russia? Did you lose your license, or anything bad happened? He goes, no. He said, I was performing a surgery on the 21st, and then mobilization was announced. I ended my shift, I packed up, and I left. And I said, well, why do you need to become a tester? His answer kind of shook me. He said, brain work, brain surgery is my passion. I love helping people. I love to discover secrets of brain. I am looking towards development into the area of machine and brain interface, neurointerface. This is the cutting edge of cutting edge. And I really love to do what I've been doing all my life. I went to school for that. I, did so many surgeries, and I helped people. Said, my diploma is only valid in Russia and in Uzbekistan and a couple more countries. I want to get into a Western country with strong medical system, to get exam, to prove that I'm a worthy doctor, I'm a skillful doctor, skilled doctor, and I want to get a diploma or a paper that is going to be valid in the entire world, to show that, who I am. That's why I'll do anything to get into the United States or to Canada. Wow. That was impressive. Now comes the story of Ivan. That was the introduction, sort of. Ivan he's a doctor. He comes from a family of doctors. He did general surgeries for required period of time that's required in Russia, and then he started doing the specialization brain surgery. He's succeeded. He has experience under his belt. He's still young. He's in his 30s, but he's got thousands of surgeries and thousands of hours of surgery. So that's a big deal. He did some research on rats about the interface, brain-machine interface. And then he had future plans for the future. And then this tragedy happened. Okay. And he was still doing his work in Russia in one of the cities. I don't even want to say what city he's from. 21st of September, the mobilization announced, and Ivan does not have a military rank. He's not an officer. So he comes to the superiors and, the wise people, so to speak, and he gets advised to somehow secure his future, because at best scenario, he would be mobilized into the army at the rank of paramedic, and the worst, private. So he just quits his job at the hospital. Imagine that. A brain surgeon how many brain surgeons are there in Russia? Okay, dozens? I don't know, hundreds? Not even probably. So anyway, he quits his job, and I think everyone at the hospital was in shock. And then he packs up, and he just jumps into his car and drives away from Russia. He crosses the border, another border, and he's in Uzbekistan. For a few days, He sits in Uzbekistan crushed, devastated, because he was a doctor with a license, passed the board exam and everything, and now he's just a refugee. So he said he grieved for a few days, and then he went to the closest hospital or clinic, and when showed people at HR his diploma and his credentials, he said he was hired at the spot, because in Uzbekistan they accept the diplomas and the board exams of Russian doctors. Okay, so it's same as if he graduated and did everything here in Uzbekistan. So they hire him on the spot, and at the same day he starts doing sonar brain scanning, because he's general surgeon, then he's brain surgeon on top of that. I think that's the highest thing in surgery. And then at the same time, he has this specialization, like lower specialization. He can operate the sonar for brain. So anyway, he gets a job here in Uzbekistan. The job gets him by, and then he has a plan to pursue his passion, to somehow get into a country with developed medical system, such as the United States, Canada. He was thinking of Israel, but he's not Jewish, and it's really difficult to get in there. He wants to somehow, he had this idea of becoming the tester, cutting his teeth in testing for a year, then moving to, let's say, the United States, then establishing himself as a tester there, getting his paperwork, at the same time studying for board exam, taking the board exam, passing the board exam, and becoming a doctor in the United States, and continuing doing the surgeries or his research for brain and stuff like that. So that was his plan, okay? And the guy is pretty determined, because think about this. You become a surgeon, a brain surgeon. It's just so many efforts, such a long time. This is like a decade-long plan. And you take so many steps to get there, and then you're thrown right back where you started, at the point zero, and you have to do everything again. But he's determined. He said that he really likes the idea of people traveling in space, and in order to do that, they really need to develop, to evolve somehow, and then that's where machine to brain interface comes in, and then that's what he really, in the future, he would love to do that. But anyway, that's the story of Ivan. When I heard that, I was pretty amazed, and I think everyone was amazed along with me. Amazed because I heard a few things. I heard a personal story. I heard the story of success and achievement. I heard the story of pride. You should see that guy speak of him being a doctor. He was telling us, I asked a few questions about brain, and he started telling me with passion in his eyes. He was telling me, like, explain in simple words things. He's very, very proud of being a doctor, working on people's, like helping with people's brains with problems, tumors and stuff like that. He has a sense of achievement, because it's really difficult to become the brain surgeon. That's like the top of the ladder. He's still young. He has lots of energy. He's a very positive guy. And it's great to see a person like that in front of you is a great thing. I really like the guy. At the same time, in his story, I see the story, the biggest story of my country's darkest hour. Because his story is one of many, okay? And imagine this. The country has so few incredibly skilled professionals, experts like him. Instead of cherishing people like that, instead of helping them, instead of uh, surrounding them with, like, putting them into the conditions where they just want to work, do research, helping people, instead of just surrounding them, like putting them into a fluffy cloud of no problems. Instead of that, the country takes them, chews them, and spits them out. And it's not just the brain surgeons, it's people of medical profession. Our breakfast club, you should see people who come, entrepreneurs, lawyers, attorneys, doctors. I've seen a couple people from energy business, salespeople, engineers. Everyone has very same story, very similar story. Everyone is chewed up and spit out. I'm thinking of this. The people like Ivan, like other folks that I see at the Breakfast Club, they are the foundation, the very solid foundation of Russia. Russian economy, Russian science, Russian education, Russian medicine. And not only they have left Russia, no, they have left in a hurry. They've left everything behind. They left their lives. They left their education. They left their properties, assets, plans. They left their emotions. They left their love, everything. Because do you know what it takes to live just like that in 24 or 48 hours, your country? Do you know how it feels to just find out that you have just one day to pack everything up, your life, into a couple suitcases and go for good? That, just, my friends, that is not unlike anything you've gone through before in your lives. So, country loses people like Ivan. And not just economical collapse because of that. No. Cultural collapse. Industrial collapse. Medical collapse. Because the best of the best live in Russia. They have left or they will leave. This is a very sad story. Very, very sad. My heart really bleeds. Well, I take it very, very close to me, because I know it from the inside out. I'm the one of them, who's been in the position. And some people are in better situations. For example, take me. I'm in a really good position. I have place to stay. I have things to do. I have some money saved up. I'm not in dire straits, so to speak, but some people are, okay? And this brain surgeon, he's not in dire straits either. Like, he's got some money. He's got a job. His wife is with him, backing him up like any spouse should. And he has energy. He is at early age still, because he's just in the beginning of the road of a doctor's life. And he has determination. So he's in pretty good position. Okay, so when I heard this story, I took it like very personal, and I took it, I don't know, I had urge to help him out. That's why I wanted to do two things. First, I wanted to tell his story to the world, and I just did. It's fascinating by itself. And the second is, I want to help this guy somehow. Again, not financially, but I want to spread the word about this guy. I take it that the world of brain surgeons is not large. Okay, there are thousands of people who do perform surgeries on human brain. Not like hundreds of millions like other professions, but thousands in the entire world. And That's a rare profession. I think that takes, well, I know it takes long time and efforts, and it's an asset for every country. So my I would like to do a reach out for everyone. If you're watching the stream right now and you know anyone who is in medical field who might provide some assistance to this guy, if you are in medical field yourself, if you know of any program of an American or Canadian university, or perhaps a company that's looking for a doctor with experience and willing to help somehow, you know, if you know anyone who can provide some kind of assistance, then I am asking you to reach out to me, and I would pass this information to this guy. He speaks English very well, because he said it's impossible to be a successful brain surgeon without English, because you need to know the cutting edge, the latest information, and it circulates in English only. So he knows English. He doesn't need to speak to learn the language. He's willing to take the board exam. Well, I don't know. I think that he would pass the board exam if he just takes it, but he's willing to do anything. Gosh, he's willing to sacrifice few years of his life to become a tester, to study a completely different thing, to to have a short career in order to get geographically to the place where he wants to be, and then he's considering continuing his medical career. So if you know anyone who's looking, or who can help this guy with information, with advice, with a contact, with a connection, so please reach out to me in, my email. Write me an email like this information for the brain surgeon, something like that, and I would really, really appreciate it, because I just have a feeling inside this guy needs help. You just don't do that. You just don't become a tester if you can help people with tumors, with problems. If you can make their lives better doing surgeries on the brains. You just don't switch to testing computer games. So please help. I'm asking for help for this guy. And it's such a tragedy for my country that these people just running away to different countries, different places, as fast as they can, and as soon as they can. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope this help will come from this stream and from this message. Thank you very much for listening, giving me a chance. Please give this guy a chance. I will pass any information that I receive onto him, and together, me and him, we will decide. Perhaps somebody else will jump on the train here. I will also spread information about him here in Uzbekistan, and perhaps, well, no, he doesn't need any help from Russia, So we will decide what to do. I really am investing my time into this guy, because I just want him to continue to do what he has passion and skills to do, to keep on doing. Thank you so very much. That's been my message. I'd like to turn on the comments. Let me know what you think. I've talked a lot. Howdy, howdy. The usual suspects: Lorna, Mommy Number 1, Black Cat, Harry, howdy, howdy, Amir, Bob S. Thank you for coming, Dirk, Toro 8 Star, Airborne Snail, Timo, Yodi Racer, Deuce Ira, Calvin. Koshkin Dom, Frank, Rezus, Chirper, Guy. What the fudge? Yeah. When I heard that that guy was trying to become a tester, that's the first thing I said. What the fudge? Okay, folks, thank you for coming again. You know the drill. Please put your questions or comments in caps so it's easier for me to read them, and put Inside Russia after @ sign so it appears in a large orange box. That's definitely makes it very easy for me to read. Bruce, best of luck to your friend. Thank you so much, Bruce. He's a nice guy too, you know. He's very pleasant to speak with. He's very smart. He's normal. He's got full of common sense. And I asked him if he believes in God. He said, "I'm an atheist." I said, "Well, you don't believe in anything?" He says, No. I believe in a higher being. I believe that something out there is just, I'm an atheist. Okay, well, that's great. I said, "Great. You're an atheist, but you're not really an atheist." Okay. And I asked him another question. I said, "Do brain surgeons, your colleagues, do they believe in God?" They said, "Most believe after 50. Before 50, young ones, many atheists." I said, "Okay." When they see enough, when they feel with their hearts enough, when they, get some experience, understanding and how things work, then they find faith. That's funny. Lorraine Prosnowski, great to see you for the second time. I saw you at Dasha stream. Thank you so much for your support. Swanee 327, have him contact U.S. State Department. That's one of the ways. But usually if you contact State Department, you're not contacting anyone, and there's no answer. There should be like a person in charge of certain things, like, accepting doctors or things like that. So Agnes, thank you so much. Howdy. Thank you for speaking in favor of that guy. I really hope the help will come. Thank you, Agnes. And my mom said she was talking and she was answering your question. You asked her to say something in Czech, or she wanted to say something. And she says, "Well, I know so many words, but I was frozen in front of a camera. Like, how?" And then she starts saying it in Czech. Like, why didn't I say this or that? So I wanted to let you know that. Deuce, I cannot believe Russia is sending surgeons as cannon fodder. Unbelievable. Well, Deuce, there's a little development of the story. The guy left. He said that a few weeks after he left, 2 of his colleagues were mobilized, and both were sent to the front lines as paramedics. Just regular, very basic stuff. Brain surgeons. Any country would benefit from having him there. Joy, that was exactly message of my stream today. Yes, and I actually want to go deep into that tomorrow, not just about doctors, surgeons, but about everyone. I want to tell you, and I want to actually to do research tomorrow on what is Russia losing right now. I think sanctions, money, is gas, sales of gas and oil is one thing, but people, that's the tragedy. It's losing people, the best people, and I really don't know what Russia's going to do. Who's going to be left? Anyway, this is the idea for tomorrow's stream at this point. Thank you, 16 random characters. Thank you so much. I think it would be super interesting to hear your take on Perun's latest video on the impact of Vranyo on Russian military. Vranyo lies. I will watch the video. We'll see. Thank you for the heads up. Thanks for the support. Escalante, thank you. As a researcher, I understand his determination. Would do the same to continue to explore this world. Thank you for support and thanks for the comment. Very interesting. Black Cat, howdy. Not, well, you know what this means? I'm telling you, I am your number one fan, so thank you, friend. Thank you so much. Amir, excellent. Thank you so much, my friend. As soon as I hear something from you, you are the man, by the way. You not just saying things, but you always reach with solutions, and it's not the first time. My heart goes out to you. Thank you so very much. Greetings from Switzerland. Stefan, howdy. Klaus Stewart, thank you for your support. Neuralink, brains and chips. Simon, well, I'm not really sure what he's into. He says this is the cutting edge, that's the latest technology, but I'm not sure if he's done any Neuralink, and he's done surgeries, that's I know for sure. He said that. Theodore, hi from Scotland. Howdy. Andrew from South Africa. Hello. Pietra from Germany. Guten Abend. Jason Carney, howdy. Yeehaw. Thank you, my friend. Rudy, I think best bet would be regions in bad need of doctors, Southern Africa, Central and South America. I will let him know. It's not the last time he was at the club, Breakfast Club. I am in touch with him. We'll definitely get together in a few days. If I receive anything before that, I will definitely contact him. We'll discuss that. But I'm taking his quest personally. Somehow I have this urge to help him. I don't know why. Sometimes I just have these things. I will do anything to help this guy. I was talking about money with him, and I was thinking if he doesn't have any money, perhaps I can help him out somehow. But he said, no, it's okay. He has a car here, he drives, he rented an apartment, and he has a job at the hospital. It doesn't pay him well. By the way, an average weekly salary of a Russian brain surgeon is $400 American dollars, just to let you know. But he was satisfied with money. I think the money is not what was driving him, the passion, okay? Because otherwise he would have left Russia earlier. But this guy is not about money, he's about passion. Pacific Beach, California is in the house. Charlie, howdy. Carino, inside Russia. If he has no luck with USA or Canada, the HNS in UK are looking for staff. Well, the question is how to get there, how to get visa, work visa, and how to apply for a board exam and things like that. That's what the biggest thing is. I think he would consider the UK because he said his priority is not the USA or Canada just for the sake of the countries, but he is looking for a country with such a credible medical system that when he gets diploma of that country, that's going to be solid gold for everyone, okay? Damien, thank you. Worth looking at Canada for humanitarian exception, perhaps, as Canada does not recognize many foreign certificates. I wish him well. Thank you so much. Noted. I will definitely note. Thank you, Damien. Dr. Sanjay Gupta works for CNN and is a brain surgeon. Contact him. You know what, lastly? It actually might be worth a try. Why don't I do that? Well, I'll speak to Ivan, not Ivan, but Ivan. And, on his behalf, I will write this guy. Sam K, thank you. Look, just let me get this surgeon stuff and other stuff out of the way. I'll get to the t-shirts. Reading. What a moving story, Just Terry. Thank you so much. It was a moving story for me, as well as for you. Trust me. I was overwhelmed by emotions this morning because something incredible happened. We actually went on a walk. After that, talking me, Slava, and him and another guy, a big-time attorney. Also, what they call us in Russia, rats. All rats, yeah, we're all rats. Calvin, I'm thinking of trying to contact my wife's neurologist at Cleveland Clinic. Maybe they could use him here. I would really appreciate that, Calvin. Just tell them basically there's this guy acting like knowledgeable, skilled brain surgeon in Russia, left Russia, in Uzbekistan. He's in good standings. He has diploma. He's passed board. He knows how to speak English. He's willing to take the board in the United States. He's determined, and I'm pretty sure that he would pass all the exams and, things like that. So please let them know and email me with the results. Or they can email me, directly. Derp test, Russian neurosurgeon. Go to the Canadian embassy or Canadian consulate in Tashkent, explain the situation to them. Well, I will not go myself, but you know what? It might be worth writing it down. Canadian embassy. If they let him in, it's really hard to get him to inside Canadian embassy if you're not a Canadian citizen. They just look at you like what the hell are you doing here? You know what? I just came up with a solution. I know some people. I met some foreigners from one of the companies here. Okay, that might be it. I'm gonna meet the guy on Monday or Tuesday. Might be another solution for me. Portland, Oregon is in the house. Wanda, howdy. Couple super chats from KWNY Upstate. Thank you so very much for support. Just mobilize more brain surgeons. Russia can have a lot more quick. Just mobilize more brain surgeons. Russia can have a lot more quick. Didn't get that, but I think it's a sarcasm. Okie dokie. Klaus Tuver, thank you so very much. Try to contact Professor Dr. Jacob Rehoff. I posted I made a community post saying that the help needed. Tons of people started saying, "Oh, you know what? You're asking for money again." And folks, I'm not asking for money. I'm getting involved and I'm not getting paid for this stuff. I mean, obviously, I just want to help out this guy, and I'm taking down all the information. I will explore all these opportunities with him together. We'll sit down and then, I will tell him what I think. Veronica Steele, thank you, Steely or Steele. thank you so very much for your support. Really appreciate. Much needed these days. Thank you. Oracle, good to see you. Good to hear you. Howdy, howdy. Please give us some insights about this guy. Where should we look into? 21 grams. Please have him contact American Medical Associations and explain his situation. They might have program to assist. American Medical Association. Noted. Thank you for support and thanks for the message. Got it. Mods. It's like a different stream today. So I wanna get all the comments. It might be even like 15 minutes more than 1 hour mark. So, but this is a different situation. Black Cat, it's going good. Thank you. So far, so good. Avera in the Midwest don't have a connection, but they have something in Sioux Falls. There you go, Stuart. Hi, Constantine. My wife is a senior doctor in the UK. Please reach out to me if your friend wishes to come to the UK. Stuart, how do I reach out to you? Would you please email me? At least say, hey, this is Stuart from yesterday's stream. I would really appreciate that. Mods, could you tell people how to reach me? There's a certain thing called Nightbot. Usually answers that. Stuart Lun. Так, let's continue. It's called Diced. I don't know what that is. Laurie Lane, would he also consider the UK, Netherlands, etc. closer to home? Most likely he will. His requirement is where his new diploma would stand everywhere, all over the world, you know. Janice Burgess, howdy, howdy. Stefan, I'm an atheist too. That's okay with me. My father was an atheist until he was 48 or 49. And then he became a believer. So that's no problem there. Agnes, hi Constantine, thank you for speaking. Oh, I already saw that. There's another one for Agnes, right? I understand completely your mom was caught absolutely off guard. She's a wonderful and gracious lady, and it was an honor to meet her at least this way. Thank you so much. Dikuyu mods. Please give my kind regards to her. I will do that. Thank you. She might be watching right now. She doesn't understand much of English. Okay, Julia, thank you. Ivan should contact the US researchers he admires. They often are looking for doctoral students to support their research. Okay, noted. Writing down. US researchers he admires. Thank you. Noted. Craig Cruden. Canada has a points-based system which gives immigrants points based on levels of education. Yeah, I know that. Canada. Points. So you understand I'm writing this down. So, I won't forget. And we'll have a brainstorm with him. Sharon Tamermans. Good luck for your friend. Australia could be another destination, maybe. It could be, but how to get there for him to Australia? It's not easy. Jason Carney, video of you and mom's mountain trip. We did not go to the mountains because Natasha Michael went before, but it was weather not allowing. Okay. We tried, but that was bad weather. But we will go. We will I'll give you more videos of me and Mom. Perhaps Natasha and Michael. Thank you, Jason. Work credentials accepted in Ukraine. I am not sure. I'll ask him. Probably not. They accept in perhaps Kazakhstan. They accept in CIS countries, and Ukraine quit being CIS. I think they accept European doctors and credentials and diplomas. Stuart, how can Constantine reach out to? Thank you, Joy. Common sense is not common. Unfortunately, you're right. Frank, yeah. Well, Frank, why don't you just come over to Russia and, will help us out with that, okay? That'd be, just give us an idea how to do that. I think your doctor is interested in biomechanics. Not sure. Bob, I might ask him. Can anyone see me? Steve, I can see you, definitely. And I don't know personally, but he can reach out to Dr. Ben Carlson. Soft-spoken black guy. Ben Carlson. Okay. CNN Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Alright, we already saw that. Thank you, Sanjay Gupta. I think what the guy needs to do, he needs to have his CV and description of his situation and what he specializes in and stuff like that. And then, we'll be reaching out to those people, Hey, why not? Robert D. Australia is desperate for skilled medical workers. Not only he's skilled medical worker, he's like on top of the ladder. He's a brain surgeon, He would easily get a visa to Australia. Ask him to look into it through the Australian embassy. Okay. Look at Australian embassy. Thank you. Very unusual stream today. It's like we're brainstorming right now. I didn't even think it would turn into this, honestly. Gord Simpson, that is an agnostic, not an atheist. Well, he told me he was an atheist. I don't know. Told me he believes in higher power, but he's an atheist. An atheist, everyone who doesn't believe specifically existence of a God. Feathered skeptic, then he made a mistake, I guess. In my opinion, everyone who has heart, who lives, has heart that's beating, and if the heart is beating, then it has some love in it. Some people have less, some people have more, but if there's love in our hearts, and there is love in our hearts, then how can we atheists or agnostics or whatever if love is God? So every one of us has God and his or her heart. Some of us, we just don't know that we have him inside, and some we just deny, but that's okay. I think God doesn't really care about that. Thank you, Black Cat. This is for Mom when she goes shopping. Thank you. She did some face cream shopping today. Thank you so much. I'll let you know. Ferrari guy, try Nicholas Eberstadt of the American Enterprise Institute. He's written an article on capitalizing on the brain drain. That's a great one. Thank you, Ferrari guy. Nicholas Eberstadt. American Enterprise Institute. You know what? Something tells me that this guy will help him out. He will just go where he needs to go. Damian Da Silva, I would visit every Western Embassy consulate. Thank you. Thank you so much. Something I will mention to him. Thank you. Christine, thank you so much from Kent, England. Thank you so much. Marian Mills, have your friend contact medical school Schulich at the Western Wayne State, Michigan, and they will help your friend get medical license transferred. Need to take an exam. I think he's not afraid. He's not afraid of exam. He's well aware. Well aware of the situation, you know. Marian Mills. Medical School of Schulich. SHU. Schulich at Western Wayne State, Michigan. Thank you so much, Marion. Note written down. Harvey, I'm saying fudge this, fudge that. Sounds a lot better. Thank you. We need to see mom more often. She's in bed already. Black Cat, I'll ask her. It's too late. It's like 1. It's 2 a.m. now. Doctors Without Borders. Beam M. Okay. It's a good point. Good point. We have been short of neurosurgeons for 10 years, says Shay. Our patients have to be flown to Denver, Colorado, USA. Okay, that's... You know what? This is also my understanding. There's a shortage of brain surgeons all over the world. You know, USA, Europe, Canada, Western countries, Africa, I don't know, Iran, India, China, anywhere. From what I understand, he doesn't want to go to China. I bet Chinese would take him with open arms, you know. And Whitney, has he contacted the embassy of the countries he's interested in? Met a doctor who came from Cuba working in a psycho clinic. She wrote the board exams eventually. And he has not contacted anyone, as far as I know. And the thing is, he is a doctor, and I sensed that one of the reasons I wanted to help him is I sensed little helplessness, because he comes to us. You got to understand. He sits and he says, well, I want to become the software tester. Like, what for? Well, to get to the United States. There are other ways to get into the United States, you know, and that's the best one he could come up with. And I figured this much. This guy needs help with stuff that other people know better, but he knows the best how to help, you know, how to operate in people's heads, okay? Let them concentrate on doing that the best he knows and he can. And then, you know, other people will take care of him, getting him to other places he wants to go. You know what I mean? So that was kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to help him. So I bet he has not contacted any embassy. Luke, he should consider Elon Musk's company Neuralink. Well, why the heck not? Neuralink. The U.S. experiencing doctor shortage. There must be a way to help him. Queen Maxine. But that's the reason why I'm asking help, because we don't know what kind of programs there are, what kind of procedures the USA has for foreign doctors, especially for Russian doctors come in. Alex Bosorogan, I don't believe it for a second. Well, my friend, you don't believe it for a second. I'm not making you believe it. Whatever. NHS in the UK would love this guy. NHS. Is this National Health System or something? See how we're living. Would he consider a research place where it would be easier to bypass immigration? My bet is if he considered a position of a software tester and he would do that for 3-4 years, then I think he would consider doing getting a research place. Dauren Ilyasov, have you believed for the whole life? Or it was deliberate decision to believe? No, I believed all life. One of the first memories I remember was I was praying to God after a dog bit me at the age of like 3 or 4 years old. I was just freaking scared, and I was kept saying in my head, "Dear God, please help me." From then on, somehow, I go back into my streams. I talked about that before. So to me, it was easy. It was not a matter of faith. It was a matter of just doing it. Kind of being born into this, like into believing in God. Not even believing in God, having God in my heart. That's what I usually say it. Now back to the point. Doctors Without Borders, David McNary, thank you. Jason, best community on YouTube. Well, I tell you what, it'll be officially best community with like a diploma from YouTube if we will be able to get somehow a solution for this guy to continue doing what he does best. It's a brain drain. Yeah, for sure. Rezus, my neurologist just retired. It took me 7 months to get in to see a new neurologist. It's very common to take forever to get in to see one here. Well, there's one neurologist less in Russia, that's for sure. Joshua Helsel, howdy. Good to see you, Joshua. Long time no see. Just did a research. Our medical center, University of Oklahoma, has job openings for neurosurgeon tech. Well, the thing is, you cannot just apply and get the job because you need to be certified in the United States. That's a process, okay? There are plenty of openings, plenty of positions, but it's a procedure to get to those positions in the position of being able to fill the job opening, if you know what I mean. That's what he's looking forward to do. Pinball Preparedness is here. Howdy, Pinball himself. The royalty is here. Welcome, brother. Try contacting Neuralink. Already saw that. Simon, thank you. Thank you. You said 55. I heard that. Cats. Klaus Stewart, thank you so much for your help again. Blue-eyed. Oh, it's jumped on me again. My gosh. You know what? YouTube just stinks. I was reading the comments and they disappeared and they jumped up and I cannot get to them. Guy L, do you write in Russian or English? I just thought. Well, do you write? Do I write? I write in both Russian and English. If I want in Russian, if I want in English. As far as I understand, the surgeon speaks English and Russian, and he also can write in both languages. Well, at least I hope so. No joy. You rock. You rock. Should we place bets? Well, don't. Please don't. Let's just help him out. That's all. I'm hoping that he's... There you go, Jason. Thank you. So it's the Russian American Institute of Medicine. At St. Elizabeth Medical Center. In Maryland. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this notebook and I'm gonna take my computer. We're gonna go to breakfast one of these days, tomorrow, not tomorrow, but day after tomorrow perhaps, and then we're just gonna go over this. That's my notes. There's a Tashkent address in the comment. I'm not sure what you mean, Theodore. Dues in Australia and New Zealand might be possible ways. So New Zealand, perhaps, could he try to contact Mama Dr. Jones? She is Jean in Texas. Could I'm not gonna write it down too much. I'm gonna make a copy of what you read. Thank you of what you wrote. There you go. Thank you. Jorg Asmussen for the what's the BC? Who's the BC? York, I'm not sure who that is for. Brain surgeon. I wouldn't be able to give them the money until late December, if it, I get it in late December. Sean, as usual, my friend, thank you. QA tester route. Yeah, not a great plan. Takes a long time. Lots of competition. Needs a company in the USA to support him. Too much trouble. I just sent out a couple of messages to friends. Sean, thank you so very much. We'll let you know if anything comes from Big Hugs. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Yes, I absolutely agree with you. Not the best route. And he was explained that by a senior developer at the breakfast right there. Dr. Ben Carlson. Dr. Ben Carlson. Carson. Okay, thank you. Harry Namkung, thank you so much for the comment. Ben Carson, Leslie, I just put it down, thank you. Veronica Steele, not sure. The licensing exam in Canada is $2,000. Where I worked licensing foreign doctors at Schulich School of Medicine. We'd need to fundraise to help him pay the... Veronica, he's got the money. If he didn't have the money, you wouldn't have to fundraise him. I'd give him $2,000 right out of my pocket. Okay, that is just for the money, no problem. I'm telling you, no money required. Advice, information, contacts, networking. That's what this is all about. So it's not about money. It's about different things. So knowing how to get to the point where he needs to spend money. Queen Maxine, I am working a commercial. I'm a walking commercial for Kaiser Healthcare. Oh, I see, it's a joke. Tucker Carlson. Yeah, that's a good one. Reach out. Ben Carson. Yeah, I wrote it down, mommy. Thank you. Grace Philosophy. Howdy. I tweeted this and tagged all verified neurosurgeons, things, and magazine specialists and his Phil Gillen mask. Trust me, he makes sense. Thank you so much, Grace. Thank you, my, thanks to you and appreciation. This guy's gonna be amazed. I'm gonna show him, and he's gonna be amazed. Grace, well, lots of love to you guys for. It's not about me. It's about you helping. Malaysia accepts Russian medical degrees. To my nephews and nieces are trained in Moscow Medical Academy a few years ago. Lang, thank you so much, Malaysia. Just like Uzbekistan accepts. Need more tea. I'm using this. I broke my good pot, so I'm gonna tomorrow. Theodore, I got it. I got the address. Alex Bosoroganok. This is where he must go and tell his story. He will get help. Babur, I know Babur Street. I know well. Ayakasaray, yep. Who is this guy? Alex Bosorogan. I will definitely pass him. Thank you so much, Theodore. I would suggest hitting all the Western embassies. Damien, that advice was already given. Lorna is definitely a rock star, and also Mommy, and also Bob, and Harry, and Amir, and Black Cat. I don't know, Black Cat is like the soul of all rock stars, I would say. Ferrari guy, the US Embassy in Tashkent has a Facebook page. Well, that doesn't mean much. Doctors Without Borders, thank you, Carmen. I already have that. Australia doesn't let anyone, and even a piece of fruit would get you stopped at customs. That's what I'm afraid. Cost me 900. I gotta speed up, but I'm reading as fast as I can. I'm sorry, I'm like 15 minutes behind. Thank you, Brian. I'm not sure about thousands. Well, at least let's help one guy right now. I'm trying to do that. Contact Neuralink, Musk's company, to interface nerves and computers. They need help. This guy told me, the surgeon told me, he did some research with, well, I'm not going to tell, with one of very large Russian institutes. That's personal information. He did something, I hate to lie, but I remember he was saying something about research of how rats behaved on something, like when something was done to their brains. John B, thank you so much. Look up the ECFMG and also International Medical Graduates Toolkit for some info about practicing. Yeah, thank you, we will do. Thank you, I appreciate the support, and thanks for the good info. Canadian consulate in Tashkent, but I don't think that's gonna be, well, it's worth a visit. Okay, I know some person who might have connection to the Canadian embassy, so I will ask them. All right. Jim Graham, thank you so much. Australia. Black Cat, can mom do prayers once in a while? She can, of course, yes. If you want to. Thank you so much, XLL2. XLL2. Thank you. Так, let's move on. For your friend, contact Goethe Institute, Uzbekistan. Oh, excellent. Andreas Benz. Yeah. Thank you, Goethe Institute. I even know where the place is. I've been there. I passed there a few times. I walked around this, by this place on my daily walks. Amir Timur Avenue 42. Thank you so much, Andreas. Alpha shaving works. The emotions and palpable in your streams. Now my question, why do you think Putin and his gang are so quiet since Kherson was liberated? Well, I did a stream on Kherson 2 days ago. Go watch that. What's happening in Russia is beyond understanding right now. It's crazy. They take Kherson, they jump up and down of joy. Oh, Russia has new provinces. Now they retreat. And now they say, well, it's good. We didn't need Kherson anyway. We didn't retreat. We just moved to a different place, I don't want to talk about it. Go and watch. I might talk about this later in the week. Please keep on tuning in. Blackhead, thank you so much. Konstantin, last week the Biden administration announced a plan to make it easier for high-skilled Russians to immigrate to the United States. Well, Jason, thank you. I hope it happens. We will wait and see. Beam, is South Africa easy for Russian professionals? I don't know. I gotta ask the guy. Let me write it down. South Africa. I applied my Australian immigrant's visa years ago in Taipei. Just email or call the Australian embassy. Australia, all right. Wanda, thank you so much. Inside Russia, Google gives how to work as a neural in the USA guide for non. Awesome. Thank you so much, Wanda. Thank you so very much. Does it say anything about, step number 1, go and become software tester? When I heard that from the guy, I almost choked on my coffee. Okay. At first thing I said, I don't know anything about brain surgery. I don't know anything about testing. Well, very little, but I know they just don't mix. I would recommend that he creates a linked ID profile with CV. Reach out to the Western doctors that way. Christopher, thank you so much. Great idea. LinkedIn. He might have an account. I do, by the way. If you want to knock on my LinkedIn account, you're welcome to do that. I don't frequent LinkedIn, unfortunately, but He can send messages to doctor-specific medical schools. We will do that. We will do that. Thank you. Check out Andreas Ben's message. I did. Carmen, thank you. I did. I put down Zoe, the United States may not accept his degree. I think the USA accept Russian degrees, medical degrees, but you need to take the exam. I think it's called the board exam or reevaluation exam or something like that. So that's difficult but doable. I have some friends in the United States who took it, and they're doctors, but they studied in Russia and graduated in Russia. Koshkin Dome, I did. I took down the address. Thank you. Members only stream, maybe. Thank you so much. Black Cat, talking about my mom's brain. Perhaps, yes. Well, like she did yesterday. I had a special guest, my mom, at the stream yesterday. She was answering questions. Amanda, Educational Commission for Foreign Medical Graduates. Okay, thank you, got it. Thank you for your support and thanks for the message. Laguna LB, thank you very much. Take care of your health. Well, I need to. Yes, thank you. Need to lose weight bad. I've been stress eating here. Thank you, I appreciate the support. Harold, sounds like your friend is in a perfect fit for Neuralink. Perhaps he could browse through the Neuralink website career section. Hope this helps. Thank you, Harold. I hope it helps. I hope he gets something at Neuralink. Once we have the direction, we can do research. I can do at least, I think he can do too. He seems very common sense, knowledgeable guy. It's just we need direction, if you know what I mean. You give the direction, we'll explore. I'll let you know what happens. A. Cohen, which languages he speaks? Well, Russian and English, perhaps other ones, but I'm not sure. He will probably need a work visa no matter what country he goes to. Lori, yes, but the question is how to get work visa. Okay, you need to know the procedure. You need to know this if it's possible or not. And that's what we're trying to, at least I'm trying to figure out. Call Saratoga Hospital, Saratoga Springs, New York, Albany Medical Center, Albany, New York. It's called robotic surgery. Noted. Thank you so much, Leslie. Okay, I gotta wrap it up. It's already 30 minutes late. Neuralink, he'll love it. Davis 404, thank you very much. Stop scamming, man. Thank you. While there are certainly challenges, it's pretty mild in the UK. Butterfly, oh, you're talking about weather. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Elon Musk. Yep, I got it. So, life. Constantine, I had an indirect contact to Stanford University in his field. If you could Gmail, life would be really, really good. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. South Bear. Greetings from off coast of Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Wow, what a great place. Viva Carnival Panorama. Hey, do some fishing for me, will you please? Brain computer interfaces Dubai. Pay $400 per day. I'm not sure what I understand, but I will look it up. Thank you. Risus, I think so too. Thank you. Ferrari guy from the UK, Mikhail Khodorkovsky, former Russian political prisoner. I know who he is. Wrote an article in The Guardian about using the smart visa policy to attract such people there. We'll live and see, Wait and see. Stefan Taubert, make a list of neurological clinics and contact the clinics directly. I think clinic asked for, might be easy to get through bureaucratic hurdles. Okay, thank you. It's worth noting. Thank you so much. Dr. Charlie Theo. Noted. Thank you so much, Jim. What about UN's doctors worldwide? I've never heard of Lina. I've never heard of UN doctors worldwide. I got hit by a dog at 3 and I feel your pain. Thank you, Cloud Quinn. Thank you so much. I don't remember the pain, but I don't remember I was praying. Still in my head, I don't know why. As a kid, I got in trouble all the time, I was trying to either pet the dog. I remember how it bit me, actually. I tried to pet it, or I tried to... I think, yeah, it was eating. And it was like barking at me, and I tried to pet it, and boom. That was a dog of my uncle at our house. It wasn't like a stray dog or anything. Randy Sinel, thank you so much. There's no way around it. As far as the US, he has no better chance than anyone else to get in. He has no credentials. He would need to be in US legally to restart. He's not alone in this. The thing is, what I was trying to get into, perhaps there are some federal programs for certain professionals, and he would get a better chance to get into the United States, obtaining a visa, for example, in Uzbekistan, through such a program. I understand what you wrote. I understand that has no better chance than anyone else, but perhaps due to a program or request from a hospital or from a doctor or something like that. Can he get a work visa? Cloud Quinn? No. It's very difficult to get a work visa to the United States. That's like someone really needs you. Someone must need you to bring you to the United States. And actually, someone might need him because he's a brain surgeon, for goodness sake, Make sure you don't get hoodwinked. Did you verify his license? I did not verify his license. I will ask to do that. I will ask him to make his CV and, make copies of his diploma and everything. But from what I understood by speaking with the guy, he was very knowledgeable. And he didn't ask for anything, He didn't ask for money or for nothing. He just, he asked for advice how to become the tester. Check time. Yes. So, well, my friends, I see that some other suggestions here. I'm a little slow. I'm sorry. I want to finish up right now, but I promise I will get to every single recommendation tomorrow morning. I will watch my stream over again, and I'll write down what you suggested. Meanwhile, Mods, thanks for staying a little extra. That's, it's very much appreciated by me. I would like to ask everyone to go to pray. A very interesting thing. I got a message from Dr. Spooner, a priest from an American church I pray for every single day, said, well, we were watching you praying, and you mentioned us, and thank you, and then thanks for inviting non-believers into prayer. And I just received the message before the stream. I was going to answer him that, and I still will answer him, but I have quite a few dozens of messages from people emailing me and commenting saying like, look, I haven't prayed in like 20 years, and this is the first time I pray. Like I lost faith, but then I started praying along with you and the community, and quite a few dozens, and it really touches my heart. When I read a message like that, and mods, Lorna and Mommy, then tried to make copies of the messages and send me after the stream. So every time I see that, that's really, really touches my heart. So I'm inviting everyone, believers and non-believers, know that there are quite a few people who started praying by simply sending good wishes, good vibes, good thoughts to people, and somehow it took them further. So I'm asking, even if you're a non-believer, you are a believer in my eyes. Okay, I think everyone is a believer. It's just some people call themselves certain like consider themselves that they're not believers, but it doesn't really matter. Join in prayer with us, and let's send people good wishes and good vibes and good energy. Thank you. Let's do it. Dear God, thank you so much for giving us this day, this Sunday, this week. Thank you for putting food on our tables and giving roofs over our heads. Thank you for surrounding us with the loved ones, people who we love and who love us and who care about us. Please help our children, keep them safe and healthy, and give us common sense and wisdom to raise them in a way that when they become adults, they will change this world to the better, and they will never fight in wars with each other. Dear God, please stop the bloodshed in Ukraine. Do what is necessary to be done. Reach out people, touch hearts, touch heads, put common sense into people's heads, fill their hearts with love. Please do anything that is required for them to make decisions to stop the bloodshed. Help every single person who has been affected in Ukraine. Give every single person who needs help. Give strength. Soothe their souls, please. Give recovery. Give forgiveness. Give love. And please forgive us Russians for what we have done. Please send angel to every single person who is in Ukraine to keep everyone out of harm's way, so not one single drop of blood is shed anymore. Please help my country. Send an army of strong angels, your strongest angels with sharpest swords, led by Saint Michael, to get rid of the demons, to remove the demons that have hijacked my country. Please make it run by the angels, make it shine again, make it righteous, make it peaceful, make it good. Help every single person in the world, in Ukraine, in Russia, in other countries, who is seeking a better place for him or her, trying to relocate to other countries, seeking for a new place, a new home. Please help all the Ukrainian refugees and help people who are helping them, opening their hearts, wallets, doors, praying, sending wishes. God bless all those people. Please help every single person who is trying to get out of Russia or has already gotten out of Russia. Give them strength, give them support and help. Please give us all peace. Make us all more tolerable to other people. Make us judge other people less and be nice to one another. Please help all pregnant women who are making decision to keep the babies, their babies or not. Please reach out and talk to them so they make the right decision. And thank you so much for bringing us into this community and allowing us to pray together. Please help everyone who is praying along with me or watching us pray. Make everyone's wish come true and prayer heard. I would like to ask, I usually ask individually, but I would like to ask today for all people who have reached out to me in all this month that we do these prayers. Some of them are currently on the list and some were on the list and asked to be removed or were removed. Please, you know who they are. You know what their needs are. You know them better than I do. You know every single breath that they take. Please help every single person who has reached out and asked me to be on the list for asking for help. Answer their prayers. Answer their hopes. Make their wishes come true. Make them feel better. Make them recover. Make them happy again. Fill their hearts with love and give them mercy, remorse, forgiveness, and just make them happy, please. Make them healthy, loved, and happy. There are 4 special children I'd like to ask. They are Cadence, Sebastian, Maverick, and Colton. Please perform your miracles on them and their families. They need your help. Please provide and give them help. Answer their prayers and wishes of them and their families. Thank you, dear God, our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. My friends, thank you very much. Today was a very special stream. We didn't really discuss anything. I just told you the story of a guy. Pretty much same as in the same position as me. I know how he feels. And I asked for help. And you know what? I feel like you've already given so much help. All that notebook, all the notes that I've taken down. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. This is the power of community. It's a virtual community, but it's a real one. And the power it gives and the results it gives they're very real. So thank you so very much. I would like to say that you're all awesome and you rock. And I will see you tomorrow with a message. Carthago delende est.